Well, all right, that didn't take long at all. Looks like this is 2008 Ford Escape Part 3, and I forgot the key. Be right back. There, now we're cooking with Crisco. If you guys missed Part 1 or 2, just check the links in the video description down below. Quick recap though, this thing came in with duct tape all over the air intake tube. Customer stated to check intake hose and advise, and I found that the hose was ripped and torn and was leaking everywhere. So we ordered a new one. It took several days for it to arrive, and then we replaced said new one. And the thing runs absolutely terribly. So the customers, the owners, have agreed to have me diagnose the problem and figure out what's going on. You can see the condition of the vehicle running in Part 2. And in this episode, I'm going to get under the hood, dig around a little bit, and look for obvious problems that are staring at me in the face. Also, I should mention that this engine is the 3-liter V6. And while it's doing it, can you guys hear that popping / backfiring noise coming through the intake? Something's going on the inside. Okay, so before I started pulling apart components of the engine and plumbing things for a smoke test, I thought it would be best to maybe review a little bit of data, whatever I can find. Now, I can't really get a good misfire count. Fords tend to be a little lazy when reporting misfires. However, there is a feature in my scan tool called a cylinder contribution test, and that basically measures crankshaft rotations, similar to how the misfire counters are calculated, and it will tell me which cylinder is contributing or taking away from crankshaft torque produced at the flywheel. And what I have come up with is cylinder number 5 right here is valued at a -30. Now, compared to all the rest of them, they're all giving a positive contribution except number 5. So I do believe number 5 is going to be my cylinder in question. Fortunately for me, number 5 is up on the front forwardmost bank. And yeah, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in this particular engine. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this coil. Hot. And we're seeing almost no change. Let's go ahead and disconnect that coil. Again, no change. Put this back on for now. And if I disconnect this coil, a little bit of a change. All 3, now we're starting to really feel it. You got quite a bit of a shudder there. But plugging that one back in, it's running about as smoothly as it was before. So something may be going on with these 2 cylinders especially. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these out and see if they're even firing at all. Now, yes, I am doing this with the engine running. It's not particularly advisable, but it's not a terrible amount of harm that can really come out of it. Seeing as how these 2 particular cylinders aren't doing anything, hot. There's really nothing I'm doing right now that's going to change much of anything that's going to cause any damage internally if it's not already there. Now, what I have here is a simulated spark plug. It's basically just an adjustable gap that I will ground out, connect this to one of the coils, plug it back in, and we're going to see if there's spark coming through this testing tool. Okay, I've kind of got the tool in position. It's grounded. This is hanging out right here. This is going to give me enough space to just reach over and plug it in, and then we're going to look for spark to occur at that gap. Perhaps we'll see it, perhaps we won't. If we don't see it, then I know there's an issue with the coil, or I'll suspect an issue with the coil. If we do see spark, we will we'll move on and try to find something else. Okay, it is sparked a little bit, and then it stopped. Turn off the light. Okay, there's a little bit of spark. Alright, it's going now. move on to the next coil to see what that one does. There's the first one, here's number 2. Go ahead, plug it in. Make sure the ground is good, yes, and we will plug this guy. Oh, that's so hot in here. Fans just came on. That one's not too shabby. This is the coil that we got off of the number 6 hole over here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to swap the suspected bad coil over here to this known good cylinder, and we're going to see how the engine behaves at that point. Back up. So seeing how this one was delivering some spark, I'm going to go ahead and plug this guy back in. And I still didn't get a change out of how it runs. Yeah, that one's definitely running, sparking. I can hear it spark down inside of the tube. And this one is not firing. Can't hear it, it's not happening. Okay, let's shut it down. I'm gonna pull a plug out, and we'll make a recommendation after I see the condition of the spark plugs inside. Got my manually operated wobbly bits. See what we got. They look new. Looks pretty good. And they're NGKs. Yeah, these are fairly new plugs here. Let's just check the gap on them real fast. Okay, so a couple things that I'm noticing here. This gap on this plug, which this is a platinum plug, it's it's an iridium plug by NGK. One thing I'm noticing is the gap is almost 70 thousandths. See that? And the other thing that I'm noticing here is that on the anode, I'm not seeing an iridium or a platinum insert for contact. Usually there's a little small piece of that same metal here on the anode, and I'm just not seeing it. It's actually very flat. Anyway, all that being said, I know these don't look terrible, but since I'd like to be able to guarantee my work, I'm going to recommend we replace these spark plugs at the same time. Okie dokes, it's been about an hour, and I had a delivery. I went to lunch, and I've got a lower intake manifold gasket set, a set of spark plugs, and 6 coils. And that's what I'm going to install in this vehicle today. What I'm going to do first, since it's easy access and they're right here, is toss in the front plugs and coils. Go in there, please. There you go. And then we'll restart it real quick just to see what kind of performance difference we have achieved. And I can't put a new plug in unless I take the old plug out. That was a failure. I was too busy looking at you guys and not looking at what I do. These old plugs were not very tight at all. Still hot. And I mean, like, they were barely hand tight, I think. This last one I took out, I didn't even feel it break loose. Okay, so I've got a hold of three 3 new coils here. These are Motorcraft coils. They appear to have some dielectric grease already installed, but I like my grease better, so I'm going to use some more. There. And let's plop these in. Nice fit. I felt the audible click when the boot seated against the spark plug. Alright, before I pull this intake off for the other bank of cylinders, let's go ahead and restart this and see what kind of performance difference we notice. Stopping the engine now. Amazing. Doing a lot better. Oh yeah, I hear that one firing. I hear that one firing. Oh yeah. Doing much more better earth. Okay, now that the easy side is done, time to pull the intake. Nick. All right, let's start peeling away the onion. Because this, oh no! I'm gonna have to, no way, I did not just drop both of those. You gotta be kidding me. Have no fear, I have the claw. And I can see it. I'm using the claw because I can't find my magnet right now. Weird, it's like we just made a video of this component right here. Very odd. Let's unplug some stuff. There we go. I think next I choose to unbolt the EGR. Maybe not from there. Now I want to unbolt the bracket. Can't reach. Wires in the way. Okay, that's out of the way enough. I'll be able to remove that later. And next I'm going to lose these throttle cables. And I will take the bracket off of the intake. Guys can just go over here and out of the way. Maybe down there. That's good. Okay, back here I've got a Purge Solenoid that needs to get unbolted, a vacuum hose. I don't know where that goes. And another vacuum hose for the brake booster. Got two 10mm bolts right here on this bracket from Purge Solenoid. And I think that's about it. I can pull everything loose and then unbolt this intake. That'll give me access to the back cylinder bank. Actually, I lied. There's some coolant hoses going to this throttle body, so I'm going to take this throttle body off too. My reason being is I'd rather remove the throttle body than to remove the hoses and then put them back on. Now these I don't want to drop, so I won't. Pretty clean in there. Okay, let's bust out the 8mm and actually hang on back. Okay, let's get this Purge Solenoid bracket removed. There's one studded bolt. Okay, now I think I'm good to pull the intake bolts out and remove this manifold. And if I'm not, no worries, because I will figure out very quickly what I forgot. Okay, it moved, it's free and loose. Okay, let's try to finagle this thing up and away. I think it's detached from everything, with the exception of that EGR tube. Okay, I failed with that EGR. I should have left the bracket attached and removed the valve from the bracket. So let's try that again. Can I reach? No, it's not going to reach. Let's try a deeper socket in an extension. Will it reach? Yes, it will reach. Free. Okay, first things first, let's pull the plugs and wires out. That's why we're here. And then I'm gonna pop these lower manifolds off, replace the gaskets, and I'm also gonna change the gaskets that are on that upper manifold. Ooh, it's still hot back on this cylinder bank. No airflow for cooling. Okay, spark plug hole, where are you? There it is. Super loose. Okay. Hello, Peter.
Why, hello, sir.
How goes it?
Frustrating.
Yeah, why?
Are you recording?
Yeah. That's okay.
No, it's one of those. How you doing, sir? Would you like a cigarette? Well, yes, I would like a cigarette. Good, because you don't have any cigarettes. Could you just provide me a lighter? I'm sorry. Yeah, I only have one left. Good, we'll take that and then we won't give it back. You know what I mean?
Sounds like communism.
She's trying to sell tires she doesn't have.
Oh.
And then
I see what we're doing.
And then they're returning the tires half an hour before I get the car that requires the tire.
Oh, you're in a quite a sticky situation, aren't you? Now go ahead and make things worse and take the wheels off the car, then dismount the old tires.
Yeah.
and then break them so you can't put them back on, and then we're all screwed. Yep. I feel your plight, sir, and I wish you a speedy recovery from the situation. Okay, I got 3 more coils and 3 more globs of dielectric grease. So I'm gonna throw these guys in. 1, 2, 3, without smashing this. No, that wire goes there. Okay. Thought I was in a pinching a wire or something, but nope, it goes there. Yep, and here's number 3. I'm gonna bolt these guys on and then zip those manifolds off. The reason I want to replace those lower gaskets is that, I can't see, there we go, is that they are known failure points on this particular engine. I don't think that they have failed, but while I'm here, it would be in everyone's best interest if those were replaced. Parts cannon. Okay, let's back it on up. Got 6 coils, 6 plugs installed, and I'm just gonna zip these lowers off and swap the gaskets out. And then we can throw it back together, take it on the ROAD, and see how good of a job I did. Now, I'm gonna make an attempt to do this without pulling everything to pieces. I don't know if I'll be successful with this gamble. If I am, then I will have saved myself some time, and if I'm not, then, well, then I'm not. Unfortunately, I think I have to pull the fuel rail, and I don't want to do that. Maybe I can take both manifolds off at the same time and leave the fuel rail where it is. I'll try that. Oops. Oh, this ratchet's getting a little warm. 90% duty cycle. Maybe. I think I have to take this pressure sensor device off over here. And I do believe this is going to spill some fluid. I think. No, it's not leaking fluid. Okay. As it dumps fuel all in my face under pressure. I swear that should be wet on the other side. Yeah, and it is. Okay. The system's not just, or just is not up to pressure. That's what's going on. Okay. I need a little bit more clearance, and I think if I lose the wiring harness, I can achieve that. That's a tall order. Here we go. Clip. So that wire there, let's lose that. Let's unconnect this pressure sensor and get that out of the way. Let's lose that. Another one on this side. Let's lose that. We're starting to get some space. There's a coolant temp sensor down there. Let's lose that one. Still not enough. What's that connected with? Nothing. pull these bolts so I don't drop them and lose them. Okay, now that that was somewhat successful, I can get these old gaskets out. Again, it probably wasn't 100% necessary, but I figured while we were going this far, I'd go ahead and replace a known leaking problem on this engine, just so I don't have to come back and work on this thing again for a similar kind of a problem. And new ones get pressed into their little homes where they will live the rest of their lives. They're colored blue, so you know they're good. There. Let's put this over here, and I'm gonna take some air real quick and just kind of blow all this good stuff out, just in case there's any dust that made its way in, which there is some. Compressed air time. I'm also taking some blue shop paper towels and plugging up the intake runners down on the cylinder heads, because I don't want to introduce any contaminants into the inside of the combustion chambers. And seeing as how I found a lot more debris on this thing than I thought I was going to find, I'm going to have to blow this valley out as well. Yeah, there's quite a bit of crusty, dusty dirt in here that I did not realize was there. But that's fine. It won't be there for long. Like a brake clean pressure washer. Now I can blow these runners out. Oh, this thing's filthy. Alright. Oh, there's stuff on me. Okay, let's pull my paper towels. There we go. Okay, we are approaching the home stretch here. Time to get these lower manifolds bolted in. I'll reset up this wiring harness and plug everything back in, slap the upper back on, and we're good to go. And that should be putting me right at the 5 o'clock going home mark, which I don't like getting done in the nick of time, but I'm not the one who promised that this 4-hour job would be done in like 3 hours, so I guess it's just time for me to shine, isn't it? Insert technician sarcasm here. Nick. Excellent. First things first, I don't want to forget that coolant temp sensor that I unplugged, so that's going in right now. Let's see, what else can I do? I'll get these fuel injector wires plugged in. Not that one, because it's pinched. There we go. Why aren't you clicking? There it is. And last one. And one more time with the air. I'm gonna reach down in the bottom of these runners. Give it a good blast. See, stuff still came out. I bet that's carbon breaking up off the valves. Yeah, that's carbon. Good. Okay, let's fit the upper intake back on. You can see here there's blue gaskets installed, so you know that they're good. I have just installed those off camera. Ooh, I'm ahead of myself. Hang on, back it up. What are you doing? I need to get this fuel rail sensor put back onto the fuel rail first before I shoot myself in the foot. There. Could have been bad. Bolts are in, connector's connected. Now let's fit this intake back where it goes. Okay. Yes, very good. I'm just getting them all started before I start applying torque. Click. All right, we're good. Moving on, let's get the EGR and the Purge Solenoid back on. Let's move up a little closer. Okay, Purge Solenoid, you're first. That doesn't feel good. There. Nick. All right, here we have an idle air control motor, wire, and connector, which is now connected.
I always used to call him for overtime because, I mean, he was just very good. And plus, he was buddies with the guy around the union hall.
Mm-hmm.
My dad had to do that.
How long is it going to be? Okay, let's back it up because we are almost, seriously almost done. I got one more gasket to change right here. Again, the new one's blue, so you know it's good. Actually, this one feels kind of flimsy. The other one felt better, but whatever.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a canister filter only like halfway screwed in?
Yeah.
Like, is that a huge problem?
Yeah, that's kind of a problem. Because what happens if it comes unscrewed the other half of the way, then all the oil comes out of it. And that's usually a problem.
I just gotta call him. He called me.
Okay. I knew there was something. That small talk was all faux talk. That was here to try to ask me if I can do this other car that's next to me. The part just showed up for, and will take approximately 3 more hours to install said part, and it is 4:30 on a Friday right now. I see what we were after. I knew it. I didn't believe it. I knew that the chit chat was all wrong. I could feel it, like inside. You guys wonder why I'm paranoid. Because everyone's out to get one over on you. And if asking doesn't work, you move on to guilt trips. Then you move on to bullying. You got lucky, you say? How so?
It was only screwed into there. So this was holding everything back.
Yeah.
It had like a 4-inch gap.
So that was screwed on like that, and it just kind of stopped?
So it barely covered the green.
Yeah, that wasn't screwed in enough. That was bad. That could have cost somebody an engine. Tell me it was not us that did that. Yes, I know it could have. I need you to tell me it was not us. Why doesn't... Good. Why do... Now I know I took a bolt out of there. Why can't I fit one in there? What have I done? Yeah, those are 10 mil or M8 sized. And I'm toying with M6 size. I'm missing a bolt. No! Okay, I found it. I think I found it. Feels like I found it. Smells like I found it. Oh yeah, I'm throwing flashlights across the car. I'm definitely suffering from Friday afternoon syndrome. Click. All right, all those are good. Hooray for me. I'll recap. Hoses are installed. Connectors are connected. Throttle body's on. Linkage is on. Oh, I'm missing a hose back here that needs to go on. Click. And there's a vacuum line there for the booster that's going to go on. Let's see, one clamp here and that intake loop that it all got started with. Gonna finish this job ahead of schedule. Someone's going home early. There. Okay, intake boot. Get on there. Oh, this is nice. It fits. Look at that. Fits right on there. Cool. That guy, and then I need to get this little guy. Don't drop it again, Ray. Don't do it. Click. Okay, let's go key this on and start it and bask in the glory of automotive repair success. Engine on now. Ah, it's alive. Beautiful. Not only is it alive, it's running well. Even more beautiful. Oh yeah, ooh, look at that, more duct tape. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, let's hit the road. And before we go, let's do a real quick review of the scan tool data. We are still in the cylinder contribution menu, and that negative number has disappeared. Okay, backing out the auto. We're gonna do one finalized test drive. I'm not gonna go very far because it's about, what, 4 miles or so from here to the interstate. And it turns out that there was a major traffic collision a couple hours ago on said interstate, and so everything is gridlocked all over town. So I'm not going very far when it's time to drive. I'm just gonna spin through the parking lot a few times, verify good throttle response, and verify that it's got a good power curve, and back to the shop I go. Which, in the 300 feet that I've driven this so far, I have already verified such things. It is running fantastically. Better than it's ever run before, except for the day they made it. Yeah, it's got nice, crisp throttle response, and the power band is feeling pretty good too. There weren't any holes in it, didn't have a dead spot, didn't struggle to get out of its own way. Yep, this is a successful repair. Time to flip this thing back around, get back to the shop, 'cause it's going home time. And this dude right here in this car, he's been there all day, and I think he's sleeping in there. Nice shiny car though. I'd probably want to go home and take a nap, but yeah, the he's been in there sleeping for a while. Oh, whatever, to each his own. Okay. I'm sure you guys can hear the difference, even if it is over just the camera audio. Nice, smooth engine. Beautiful. All right, guys, we're almost done. I'm parking this and getting out of here. Before I go, I have to exercise my normal protocol of thanking each and every one of you for watching this video, especially since this video was the end of 3 videos, and chances are you watched all 3 of those videos to completion. And I would just like to let you know that I appreciate that greatly. In return for all of the free entertainment that I have provided to you, the only thing I would ask in return is that you take 1 quick nanosecond out of your day to tap that thumbs up button. That thumbs up button lets me and YouTube know that I'm doing a good job. And if YouTube thinks that I'm doing a good job, it is much more likely to suggest my content to other potential viewers. And that's good for them, and it's also good for me. So if you could take a moment to do that, I would certainly appreciate it. One more thing before I go, I also have to remind myself to remind you guys to not forget to have a good day. See you guys later. Okay, scan tool and forward simultaneous powering down. Power off. Pew! All right, see you later, Ferdiscope.